Welcome to Spark Today News, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, joining me in the studio is this amazing pair of sisters, Hiral and Chahal Charan. They are doing this amazing drive for called Swarn Bharat for people, humanity, animals, and environment. In the recent facts that have come up that are getting very popular these days on social media, you might have come across that by 2050, it has been said that Bombay and Kolkata will almost be underwater. Not just that, two-thirds of the world's population will be suffering major drinking water crisis. A lot more, terrifying facts like this have come up. And while right now we are also facing a lot of climate changes, weather changes, which we do not really see in Baroda as well. They are doing this amazing drive to make people aware about the environmental crisis that are going on, not just that, for humanity and animals as well. So moving on to them, where did you get the idea of starting this drive from?
Since I was really small, we used to go out and feed the ants and things. So the environmental awareness was there when I was really small. So it grew as I grew older.
Right. Now, because you have been doing a lot of work these days in Baroda, and so let me tell you that they recently did a drive of cleaning the beach. They went from Baroda to Bombay and then they came back. So it was like they were cleaning all the beaches that come in the entire route. So tell us something about that too.
It's actually from Dwarka to Baroda.
Okay, I'm so sorry, Dwarka to Baroda.
Yes. What happens in the environment, we do go to a lot of public places and, we walk to the beach and everything and we come across a lot of trash. We don't always take we don't always put the thought as to where would this be coming from? Am I contributing to the same or not? And our quest this time was to actually, clean out the beaches, check out what kind of trash there is, figure out where could this be coming from, and to realize that as the plastic that we use and all of the things, the usables that we use are coming back from the ocean, but that happens because we consume them in our households. And when we become aware of the choices that we make, we can move to a more sustainable future.
Right. Now, environmental awareness amongst the youth in particular, if I talk about, it's there.
Yes.
But still somewhere we find them to be little laid back about it. Do you think the same?
See, what happens is, especially when you're young, you come across, as you grow up, you are told by your adults about a lot of problems that are occurring in the society. And unless and until we can figure out how we can contribute or we can help, we would always be in the laid back zone. It's only when we, when people around us, when our teachers will tell us that, okay, yes, you should know about the environment, we learn about the environment, planting a tree can contribute,
Right.
You can, the carbon budget is limited. This is a small step that you can do that can help. So our current motto right now is like public awareness and public participation. When it comes to public awareness, we're usually targeting the, older audiences, because when it comes to pollution, everyone is aware. But climate change, Jalvayu Parivartan, those are new terms for a lot of people in the older generation.
Right.
And they don't really understand how it's occurring in our environment. And we feel that, it's occurring somewhere far off. We hear about Delhi pollution, but we sometimes forget that Vadodara is getting polluted a lot as well.
Exactly.
And it is also coming up in a lot of indices as well when it comes to bad pollution. So when you tell people what they can do, even in small steps, that can really build up towards
Right.
the future.
This time, Delhi, the air pollution increased a lot. On the other
Yes.
hand, Bombay celebrated one of the cleanest Diwali.
Actually, yeah, when it comes to cleaner Diwali, that is definitely a factor. But I think sometimes when you forget that, the environment, the Delhi, the geographical region is a lot different than Mumbai.
Right.
And even in Mumbai, you're seeing rising cases of pollution. When it comes to Diwali, we are very, very happy. Like in Vadodara, I have usually stayed in Delhi. And when I visited and I celebrated Diwali in Vadodara today, and it was so quiet, and that was such a relief. Like this was so fun, because in Delhi, everyone knows about pollution.
Right.
But still, Diwali crackers are a big thing. So, only when we are told that, no, your small step can make a difference, only when we understand and we see, okay, I did a positive step, someone commended me for it, okay, I can keep building on this, can we build to a future where we don't have to worry about climate change and pollution.
Right. You've also been, they also go to a lot of villages where they make people of that particular villages aware about it and make them plant trees. So how is the response that you get from them?
you'll be surprised as to how positive the response is. When it comes to, I think I have had a more easier time talking about environment in rural areas than it comes to other places, because when it comes to urban areas, there is a information overload on the crisis that is occurring from
Right.
climate change to pollution. When it comes to rural areas, they're not truly aware. They're more aware of the consequences of it, that yes, coughing problems are increasing, yes, I think people are getting sicker, and newer kind of diseases. And when you like explain to them the linkages between how pollution affects them, how climate change can lead to severe droughts and excessive rainfall, they're like, oh my god, we really should be doing something about it. What are you doing? Okay, plant a tree. Is that a solution? Yes. And it really
Right.
works out brilliantly, actually.
How do you think we can bring this change in the urban areas?
See, in the urban area, again, the question is about whenever we come across a problem, unless we can figure out a way to solve it, or unless someone tells us that this can help, we would just be stuck in the worry phase, in the panic phase. When it comes to, like, in rural areas, there's so much open space. You can easily plant a tree. If I tell the same to a bunch of 100 urbanists, they will be like, where's the open space to plant the trees?
Right.
So I think when it comes to the urban audience, I think they can focus on environmental awareness.
Right.
We all have our niches that we first point, like you're in media, so you can send the message to a lot of people. Someone in urban areas, whatever business that they are doing, they can think about making more sustainable choices, and that's how it would pan out, because we cannot expect everyone to do the same thing.
Right.
But when we do our own thing and contribute just to be more sustainable by a bit, it can make a huge change.
Right. What are the upcoming events that we are looking forward to?
Okay, we are trying to create awareness in all the schools in
Okay.
Gujarat, and we try to go to as many schools as possible. So I'm trying to cover all of India,
Right.
and we are. Mostly we are focus is right now is about water conservation also, which is lacking in the agriculture field as such. So the farmers need to be aware about the water facilities that could be availed, and about different types of drip irrigation and all that. They are not aware of what use it could be in the future.
Right. How do we get more of the youth involved in this and actually going and working for it, rather than just sharing posts on the social media?
I think that has to come somewhere from within.
Within,
I
yeah.
think when especially this year, Greta Thunberg, she has been such an inspiration for
Exactly.
everyone. As the news about her grow, as I saw her speak in the climate action, even I got a little worried. I'm like, oh my God, she is so right. Am I doing enough? Once we start taking the responsibility for the future, and we realize that this is our future, and we will build action. And especially when it comes to the youth, we see the climate action protest everywhere. The over 30 lakh worldwide, that's huge. They are really aware, and their current focus is to get the governments to act, and we are be there for them.
Right. You are doing a lot for animals as well, if you would want to talk about it.
That's our so humanity is there in
Okay.
the name. That's my personal passion project.
Okay.
Because I believe that when it comes to the voiceless, especially when it comes to animals, or even people from deprived conditions like disabled or blind, we are not always too aware of the needs that are being forgotten. From even if you go to a lot of charity organizations, food is lacking, or proper food is lacking, or they have a very a basic diet which doesn't have a lot of various other things to eat, and that can be a concern. So we make sure that when we go there, that that the provisioning of the basic needs of the people who cannot do it for themselves can be done. But our major focus, as soon as this at least in the past 2 years, the way the climate change crisis is developing, and the kind of data that is coming in, I have really shifted focus on the fact that this is something that's going to affect each one of us.
Exactly.
Everywhere, wherever we are. There was this report actually by the UNFCCC about how the adverse impact of climate change is, especially in the third world countries, because we live in the
Equator.
yes, in the equatorial belt, and in the on farm incomes to agriculture productivity. As those news come in, we realize that we're in the middle of a crisis, and it's time that we all find the hero in us to fight this
Very
battle.
true. If both of you have a message to give to all our viewers of Baroda, what would
Yes.
it be?
इन्वायरमेंटल प्रॉब्लम इज़ अ फैमिली प्रॉब्लम. जिस तरीके से आई स्विच टू हिंदी में,
Yeah.
जिस तरीके से घर में कभी प्रॉब्लम आती है तो सब लोग मिल के बैठ के बात करते हैं एंड वी फिगर आउट अ सोल्यूशन कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं, क्या कर सकते हैं. इसी बात तरीके से हमें इन्वायरमेंटल प्रॉब्लम के बारे में इस तरीके की डिबेट की ज़रूरत है. सरकार काम करेंगी, NGOs काम करेंगे, इन्वायरमेंटलिस्ट काम करेंगे, लेकिन जब जब प्रॉब्लम इतनी बड़ी हो जाती है तो जब तक हम सब लोग खड़े नहीं होंगे तब तक इसको डील करना मुश्किल रहेगा. एंड आवर मोटो वुड बी मेक योरसेल्फ मोर अवेयर. किस तरीके से क्लाइमेट चेंज के इफेक्ट्स आ रहे हैं आप नोटिस करेंगे. गेट सम डेटा. वडोदरा के भी वेदर में किस तरीके से डिफरेंस आ रहा होगा. आप देखेंगे फ्लड्स, ड्राउट्स. मेक योरसेल्फ अवेयर एंड देन फिगर आउट दैट हाउ कुड यू बी पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन द एनवायरमेंट्स ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट और NGOs and contributing towards the same.
Right.
Your message?
Your message to our
Okay.
viewers.
My message to the viewers would be to keep yourself aware about the environment and what small steps that you could do from at home itself, like things we could keep in mind while being environmentally friendly when we are like small things like plastic waste. How can we reduce the use of plastic in our home itself?
Right. They've also planted more than 1 lakh trees by now. If you could tell us more about it.
So usually when we go up to the rural areas, we conduct a sabha, and we don't expect everyone to go in and follow the dream, but at least half of them do. And with every sabha, we usually get a number around 2,000. When 2,000 trees are planted. Currently we've reached 1 lakh and we want to keep increasing this. You can contact us next time there is an event. We are going to keep going to the as many villages as we can to conduct a program there. Make sure that we take the saplings with us, so if whatever the arrangements are to be done, we can contribute towards that, and that's how it goes.
Right. So like they said that environmental problem is just like a family problem, and that all of us need to come together and fight against this. We need to come together and come up with ways how we can solve all of these problems and crises that are happening. I have put a link of their website and YouTube channel in the section below, and that's where you can subscribe, and that's how you can also contact them if you want to join them in their upcoming endeavors and events, and that's how you will do your little part in making the environment better. For more such interesting stories, to meet more such interesting people, stay tuned to Spark Today News.